So if people go live for like 18 hours straight, how do they utilize Stickler in that process? Can you
Sure.
tell us a couple of the touch points where your software is then being used?
Yeah. So one of the major things obviously is what are you going to talk about for 17 hours? And so obviously that pre-planning of the streams, and we'll take TikTok as an example. So the clients will use the software to understand what their run of show will look like. And in our language, that is what you're going to say, what you're going to do during the show. And so that run of show, they use our platform to build out their products. So what are the scripts for the individual products, as well as anything else they might want to say, and we call them assets, which are non-product things. So it may be an intro, it may be a reminder to like, share, follow, or it may be something around delivery. And so they use our run of show editor to build that out, get the approval. And then when they go live, what we provide is a tool set as a studio software, which, for example, gives a teleprompt interface for the host. So rather than having them look down at their phone or look at a Google Sheet or something on a laptop, they actually have a screen above the camera, and we have a teleprompt, which is connected through to the TikTok platform. It's also connected to the Stickler software, so the host can be communicated with by the director, by the moderator. They can see all the comments, which if you're going live and you're just using the native platform, the comments are difficult to see. So we make those large, they can be responded to. And what we also do is have a method which allows you, for example, to, it may seem small, but auto pin the product that appears in the
Mm,
icon on the bottom of the screen. TikTok has this amazing function that means that product on the screen gets unpinned every 30 seconds, and you have to go in and repin it. So we've developed tools like an auto pinning solution, which allows that just to be persistent, so you don't have to keep replacing it. So if you're talking for 5-10 minutes about a particular product, you don't have to keep doing that every 30 seconds. And we have the ability to reply to the comments through our system, so from the audience, but also for the director to give comments to the host. So rather than speaking off camera and being noisy, they can type and give that. And so just a bunch of tools like that all the way through to the post-live analysis. And so what we do is then we score each live based on the engagement metrics and the GMV that's sold, which allows a brand, if these are brand streams, to then see who are their best performing hosts. It's not all about GMV. It can be
mm.
about engagement that's being driven. And then one of the other tools is a kind of a brand safety overview. So you can imagine going live for 17 hours. If you're in the beauty and cosmetics space, for example, there are certain things you can and cannot say. You can't cross that line between therapeutics and pharma and just health and beauty. And so what we're able to do is to transcribe and analyze what's been said, and then overlay the brand's own brand safety guidelines and give them a report which says, oh, there were these transgressions that took place where something was said that shouldn't have been done. So for the next live, you can give the host some pointers, some direction, and tweak the script so that they don't go off script. So kind of all things like that.
Right, and it really shows how in the weeds you are in this industry. I mean, all the things you just described, I can clearly see as pain points for anyone who does large live shopping events. But you really only know about it once you know about it, right?
Exactly.
It also sounds like it's an amazing software, but possibly also quite some hands-on work needed from your company. Like, how much of a support team do you have to provide for these large events, and how much is really fully optimized?
So we have clients that have signed up to the platform, gone to our webpage, signed up, used the platform, gone live, and we don't talk to them. They don't message us on our support system, and they just use it. But there are some clients who go live at scale, and they do the mega lives. And we have a couple of clients in Europe who do go live for like 12 hours ago, and so we make sure we have the team is on standby, of course, just as that process is happening. But as a software, we don't get in the way of the actual streaming. We're a layer that just everything passes through. So when we have no kind of critical points of failure, but it's good just to be around as that's happening. We are a tool that can be used by the individual. So you don't need to have a team operating it. And the tools are designed that you can either have people supporting you, or you can do things just yourself. So it really is simple to use. It's very intuitive. And I think that's one of the things that was important for us, is to make sure it has that ability, because we don't want to be another tool that the teams have to use and they go, but it's another tool. We want to be the tool that replaces it as the aggregator and makes things much easier.